channel. I'm Kate Winter-Hutton from BerkshireRidingCoach.com. This video is the first in a 3-part series of simple pole work exercises that'll get you out there and winning in the show jumping. I learned these exercises from the amazing Wendy Schaeffer. She's an Olympic gold medalist in eventing, and she's a winner in the World Cup show jumping as well. And I was lucky enough to train with her for a number of years. I'd love you to subscribe to my channel and also leave me a comment if you have any questions or video requests. So in modern eventing, in the show jumping phase, we need the horse to be really careful, well trained, rideable, and we need to be keeping that horse nicely connected between hand and leg and in an outline to the fence. This will really help your horse to achieve a more supple, athletic jump, which is what we need. This is a pole exercise that I use for all level of horses, and the beauty of pole work is that you can actually make it really difficult, and the great thing is that it's really difficult to get hurt. One thing I will say is that if you're using poles on the ground, make sure they're square poles, and if you don't have square poles, just maybe put some sand on either side of the pole to stabilize it, because your horse can sustain quite a nasty injury if the pole rolls while he steps on it. So this is a series of videos for you to link together, but they can actually be performed in any order. So the first thing is just to make sure that you've warmed your horse up properly in walk, trot and canter. And the exercises are quite demanding on your horse, so just allow him to relax in between the exercises in a long frame, either in walk or trot, because these exercises really require the horse to take the weight underneath them. This exercise is simply 3 poles in a row up the long side of the arena, spaced 20 and 16 paces apart. The distance is a regulation 5 and 4 strides in canter. So if these were jumps, you would obviously add in some room for takeoff and landing, but not with these. I haven't done with these. Some horses you'll find will do it naturally in 5 and 4, and some will find it a little bit short or long, but this is a regulation striding, so it's always good to practice with the regulation distances, because this is what you're going to encounter in a show. Ride up the line in canter, aiming for the middle of each pole. You're looking for a steady, even canter rhythm between the poles and for the horse to maintain their outline and remain connected to the pole. You're also looking for him to remain on the same canter lead through these poles, as that really shows he's balanced. Sounds easy, right? Well, keep watching, because I'm going to show you how to increase the difficulty according to the horse's level of training. Okay, so once you've ridden this several times on both reins, you're happy that you're riding these in a nice rhythm, your horse is really balanced, nicely connected between hand and leg and round over its back, you can then start varying the strides. So first you could add in a stride by collecting up the canter, so 6 and 5 instead of 5 and 4, and even up to 7 or 8 strides, depending on the level of your horse. You can take then the strides away by allowing the horse forward, but still maintaining that connection and rhythm. So instead of 5 and 4, you'll do, for example, 4 strides and then 3 strides. So here is us doing it in 6 and 5 strides, and you can see me just using the corner to balance her and half hold to collect her up, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then here I just let her get a bit forward and on the forehand, which is why we arrived a bit short to the last pole there. Now here's us going for less strides. You can then even make it more difficult, and this will really help with your transitions within a pace, is that you can do the first section as collected and the second section as more forward going on, and vice versa. Make sure you're changing rein and doing the exercise equally on both reins. For the more advanced horse in its training, you can also perform this in counter canter to really challenge his rideability and balance. Okay, let's do some troubleshooting. So what happens when my horse keeps changing legs? This is because she isn't as balanced as she could be, as you can see on this video. Try again, and on the approach, really use the corner to balance the horse. Use half holds to really make sure he's between hand and leg and balanced. What if I'm struggling to make the distance, or I'm arriving too short to the pole. So try to have an even spacing of strides between the poles. So for example, don't do 3 normal ones and then have to chase for the last 2. It's all in the approach. Make sure you warm down your horse appropriately and allow him to have regular rests and stretches every now and then. Remember, we want him to work with us and for it to be an enjoyable experience for him. Thank you for watching. This has been the first in a 3-part series of exercises, so please do have a look for the next in the series. I'd love to hear how you got on with the exercises, so please leave me a comment below, and I'd love you to subscribe. I hope you look forward to next week's exercise. Happy practicing!